A big purpose of me telling this story today is to let people know who are vegetarian, vegan, you know, brand new to cutting out animal products. Well, here we are. In order for me to tell this story, I needed to be at the place that it happened. So here is one of the last places I worked in New Hampshire before I moved to Los Angeles. We are at the Willey house. It is in the White Mountains National Forest in Crawford Notch in New Hampshire. Unfortunately, you cannot see inside the building. And actually, because it is closed for season, just like really everything in New Hampshire. I used to park there every day in the summer. And I would walk up this way. This is where I would walk in. The kitchen is there. You know, kitchen is all back here. This is the original site of a house that was affected by a landslide that killed some of the family in 1925. I was in 7th grade when I stopped eating meat and some animal products. But I mean, dairy and eggs I still ate up until 5 years ago. I was already 6 years into cutting out meats and some animal products at the point that I worked here in the Notch. Now in the North Country that I grew up in, not eating meat, very odd thing, very odd. Nowhere is really that accommodating, and even when I visit now, it is very hard for me to find things to eat, especially at restaurants. So I do a lot of my own cooking. When I worked here at this cute little hiking stop, we would make sandwiches and we had soups and we had ice cream for families stopping by, picnicking, and hikers. My boss really, really liked being accommodating to us workers here. She was very motherly and would love to, you know, cook us grilled cheeses and make us wraps and stuff like that. I preferred to bring stuff from home anyways because I don't like feeling like a burden, you know? So one day when I explained to her that's why I don't eat anything other than ice cream at the time when I worked here, she was saying how she could buy this for me and buy this for me so they'd have it in stock, and I was like, no, it doesn't matter, it's okay. And then one day I came into work and she was like, Hannah, we just got a shipment. I got you vegetable soup. So you can have vegetable soup when you work. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so thoughtful. I learned a long time ago that soups, right, ramen, usually had like a chicken, beef, bone broth going on in there. So safest route, I just stopped drinking soups and eating ramens, and I didn't really care, you know. I just stopped liking the taste anyways, okay? And that's what your taste buds do when you stop eating things, okay? You stop liking them. But I was like, wow, that is thoughtful that you looked into getting me a vegetable soup even though it's nothing you would like. That's great, thank you. She was like, Hannah, go ahead, give it a try. And I was like, okay, I'll just have a little bit. So I tried a couple of spoonfuls and it was pretty good. Again, I'm not a huge soup person, but I was like, yeah, this is great. I can, you know, taste the broccoli and the whatever tomato in it and stuff. And I'm like, this is really great, thank you. Within like 20 minutes, I couldn't help, does this soup really just have vegetables in it, or did she miss something? Because nothing tasted off that I could taste. I mean, I hadn't had soup in forever anyways, but I was just kind of curious, and I knew where she kept the box that the like frozen soup was sent to us in. So I went into the back and I opened up the freezer and I saw that the first ingredient was chicken broth. Yeah, so 6 years of not having any, you know, meat, broth, you know, anything like that. And me originally cutting out meat because I really love and respect animals. I can live without eating them and eating their products, then I won't. It means a lot to me to not support that industry. So instantly after reading that was what I consumed, I started feeling so sick. I was having like a panic attack. I told my coworkers that I had to go to the bathroom. So I went into the bathroom and I was trying to make myself, trigger warning by the way, I went into the bathroom and I was trying to make myself throw up. I was really beating myself up because I thought, how come I didn't actually feel sick? How could I not notice that had chicken broth in it? How come I didn't even think to check? I was just in total self-hate mode, you know, barricading myself in the bathroom over there. I was like crying and crying, and I had like 4 hours left working here, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I pulled myself together enough to go back into the gift shop and try to pretend that everything was fine. And my coworker said that I looked really sick, which I was like, thank God, that's what I wish. Unfortunately, I'm just really sad. My boss told me to just go home, and she said she was really sorry. She didn't realize that that was something I also didn't eat. A big purpose of me telling this story today is to let people know who are vegetarian, vegan, you know, brand new to cutting out animal products. You know, no one's perfect. I learned so much in the process of cutting things out, and although it made me very sad when I would mess up and I would get really down about it, and you know, I will never forget how poorly I handled that, with especially how I treated myself. And you know, you can't be too hard on yourself when you make mistakes like that, because you know, everyone does it. I was okay taking pepperoni like pieces off of a pizza. Now I'm like, ugh. I mean, I'm full on vegan now, and I only use vegan products. It's very interesting how I'm growing and learning from all of this. Thank you all so much for watching my video today, and I hope by me coming out saying that I mess up makes you realize that it's okay to mess up. And if you have any questions about the foods that I eat or products I use, write some comments down below. I'd be happy to answer your questions and give you some tips. And you know what? Even you can share some of your stories of ways that you messed up down below and things you learned, because you can help the next person. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.